Welcome to Beyond Business. My name is Stanley. I'm here with Wambui Mathenge. She's a writer. She'll tell us all about the Amani Series, how she came to be a writer from a profession where she's known for being a serious doctor. She'll tell us a bit more about that. Her story is a unique one. I met Wambui several years back.
Yes.
She was the director of alumni programs at Kenyatta University, but she was also seconded in as a lecturer in the medical field. And we are here at Soma Nami. Soma Nami Books is located at Greenhouse, ground floor, 12, suite number 12. And let's begin.
Yes.
Wambui, maybe tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so thank you for hosting me. This is exciting, especially being somebody that I know. Then that way I'm not as scared. But so I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm an author, and I'm a doctor of pharmacy, so a pharmacist. And my children are really the reason why I got on the journey to write books. I read a lot and I love books, and my children, I wanted to read to them, but I felt I needed more African content. I needed more content of things that they could see. Because if we read books and they're talking about the Eiffel Tower in Paris, I may not be able to ever take them there. Yeah. But if we're talking about the Maasai Mara, then that's possible. I can do that, you know. So that's why I started writing books. It was more because of my children being able not only to see themselves in books, but also to see things that they're capable of going to see, learning about their country and their continent. So the first book I wrote was Amani on a Space Adventure. And the thing was, I thought, you know, and that's the beauty of being an author, is that I can do whatever I want. It's amazing, I like it. So I was able to make sure that Amani, you know, he has the flag of Kenya. And of course that in the globe, Africa is the one that is, you know, right there. Yeah. And I wanted the children to know that even they can grow up to be an astronaut. Even they can go to space, you know. Even they can be the ones that come up with that spaceship that's going to take Jeff Bezos, or the Jeff Bezos of their time, to space. Yeah. So this was fun, and being a scientist, I think, you know, it's more objective because there's a Mars rover in Mars. There's no other way about it. There is.
Indeed.
So, you know.
And that's current news. Really.
Exactly. There is one. So that's why I wrote that. And so, of course, I moved on and wrote Amani and the Big Five, again, the Maasai Mara, I told you. And just to be able to have a book that has our country and different places that they can go to.
And recently you also did a feature on the Safari Rally.
Yes.
How is that?
My youngest son loves cars. So they're telling me about the F1 and NASCAR. And so I asked him, do you know, even as we have our own, it's called Safari Rally. He says, no. Do you know Patrick Njiru? No. Do you know Tuta Mionki? No. Yeah. Those are our greats, you know? So that's when I wrote Safari, you know, Amani at the Safari Rally. Yes. And yes, it's to know that it goes on, but it's ours. We own this thing. Yes. So I want them to even have the ownership of that. These are things that when other kids are talking about NASCAR, even them, they can talk about the Safari Rally. So that was exciting.
How did you spot the gap in the market? Like, is it that, you know, everywhere you went, you wouldn't get books that are written by local authors or featuring local items or what? Yes,
a lot of it was really looking for books and not finding anything that is local, or anything that is about us is not written by us. Oh, yes. You know, it's written by foreigners or whatever, and nothing against them. But we're the ones that live here. We are the ones who know the nuances of living in Kenya.
Indeed.
So that was it. And then I realized that if I am thinking like this, other parents are they're also thinking like this.
Yes.
And it's been amazing because it's true. Our parents are thinking like this. They want something local. They want, and also even books that have the children's faces
Oh, yes.
our faces in the books.
I've seen your illustrations on these books, and it's amazing.
Yes.
I mean, how
Ben Momani is amazing.
he managed to put the African color
Yes.
to this, the faces.
Yeah.
And this is something that has been in the discourse for
Yeah.
over the last couple of years. Even the dolls we buy are all foreign faces.
Yes, but now they're starting to change.
How are the kids receiving this?
You know, the funny thing is the name Amani. So I go to different schools and I read for them, especially when they have book week. And the excitement of these children of, my name is Amani, my cousin's name is Amani, you know, so they get so excited about something that they can relate to.
Yes.
And so that has been, so going to the end user, and my end user is the child, as much as it is that the parent that's buying it,
yes.
the end user is the child. Their excitement about something that they know, something that they can relate to is, and also the names, because they'll see, you know, you'll find maybe the teacher says, and the author is Wambui Mathenge. My mommy's name is Wambui.
Yes.
And that is so powerful. I know it doesn't sound like a big thing, but it's subconsciously, it's such a big deal for them. And our children, the thing that I've learned so far, our children are so smart.
Yeah.
As in, I cannot go and read a book to a class and not have done my research on whatever that topic is, because they probably know more than me. I mean, there are some kids who will come up to, yeah, but you know there are 2 Mars rovers in Mars. Now, if I didn't know that, like for the space book, I kept getting the question of, how come Pluto is not there? Now, me, I don't think when I was their age I would have asked about Pluto. I would have just gone with what the teacher said. Teacher said Pluto is not there. You know? But these ones, they ask me questions. So I can never, and we are talking about 8-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 6-year-olds. I cannot go and present to a class and not be prepared.
You've done this to several classes across board. Maybe you could tell us a bit about the places you've also...
Yeah. So I've gone to different schools where they have book week, which is awesome because our schools are now pushing reading a lot.
Yes.
So to begin with, obviously, because nobody knew that I existed, I'll just show up to the school and I'll say, well, I was hoping to speak with the librarian or whoever the English teacher is, you know, and then go from there.
Yes.
And so then I'll be invited back, you know, to read as the author, and even for them to meet a real life author.
Especially for children.
Yeah. And in fact, I've met some 8-10-year-olds that have said, when I grow up, I'm already writing something, you know. Our children are amazing. So anyway, so going to schools and reading to them, answering whatever questions that they may have. And recently, there's a teacher who she used to teach here, and she transferred to and went to a school in Arusha, in TZ, and she actually called me and said that we are having library week. Can we do a virtual with you? And same thing, you know, because for them I actually read the Safari Rally, so I wasn't sure that they were going to know. Being that it is hosted here, but they were very on top of it.
Interesting.
In fact, one of the kids, I think he said his dad has raced in it or has been involved in it. That's what I'm saying, you better go prepared.
And so, I mean, I'm picking several business lessons in this, especially in your marketing. You've realized that the person who you've written this is really the kid.
Yes.
But they're not the ones who buy these books.
No, they're not.
But before even a parent buys the book, the child needs to mention it or to you know have a rough idea of what it is that you've written about. The teachers are key. And that's why your connection with the teachers is very important. We are at Soma Nami. It's a library. I think they also have a book club. Is it part of also your marketing plans? Yes.
So Soma Nami had been doing, the way I even found out that they exist is because they're actually promoting African authors. And so they had sent out a call for people to bring books if you're a local author. That's how I even found out about them. So again, it's a bookstore, and yes, they have book club, but then also promoting local content. And they're starting to get more like raffle books. Now has it on Tuesdays. You know, textbook center.
Yes.
You know, does does well on that too. So we are starting to to get out there.
Yes.
And you're right. With children's book, the hard part is that you have two people that you need to convince. You know, if you write to an adult fiction or non-fiction, you just have to focus on that adult.
Yes.
But here with the children, you have to focus on two groups. You have to make sure that the parent is in and also the child, you know, that the child can be able to go somewhere and say, oh, Amani, they came to my school. And I've actually had parents, once they see my book somewhere or they meet me, they're like, oh, my children told me about that. You came to their school. Or somebody sent me an Instagram the other day. Regis School did the space book.
Awesome.
And they even had one of the kids acting out to be Amani. And the beauty of somebody I have no idea about even who owns my book and being able to do that, that is awesome.
And you are the Textbook Center's Book of the Month for quite a number of months.
Yes, for actually 2 books. The Space One is the only one hasn't been Textbook Center's Book of the Month, but the other 2 have been. And it's always amazing when you write books for children or books in general. You never know which one people are going to resonate more with, you know?
Yes.
So, but the Big 5, the Big 5 is, people love the Big 5, right? And I'm sure it's because children love animals, you know?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so, but yes, so the hard part of children's book is that business-wise, you have 2 audiences that you need to, because fine, the child may like it, but if the parent doesn't feel or guardian doesn't feel that that's something that's going to add value, you know, then they won't.